For a while.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another session of Pulaski County Fiscal Court. Glad to see each one, everyone here. Just want to make everybody feel welcome. We do this twice a month, but this month we're only going to do it once because the next one ends up on Christmas Eve. So this will be our only one in December. But want everyone to have a good Christmas and holidays. Just glad to see everyone here. Our normal routine is we'll do a Pledge of Allegiance, but first we'll do a moment of silence. Ask if there are any concerns or comments or anyone you'd like to bring up to be in your thoughts and prayers. Welcome them at this time. Seeing none and hearing none, we will ask for a moment of silence, and then Magistrate Strunk is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone will bow your head. Thank you. Everyone please stand, face the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We've got, first of all, I want to lead off with something that's not on the agenda. We've got a special recognition this morning. I'm going to ask Mr. John Alexander to come to the front. And he will have a few words to say about this guest.
I'm not really used to talking in front of people, so I'll be brief. First off, Merry Christmas. I left you all some, if you got a book, that means you're on the nice list. If you didn't get a book, well, you just go from there. So I want to, I started my public relations career really in August of 2000 at what was then First Radio. And the person we're honoring today took a chance on me and hired me to be the host of Swap and Shop and to really off and on over the years really have his faith in me in radio. If it wasn't for the gentleman I'm bringing up right now, there would be no John Alexander as you know him today. So I want to bring up Mike Tarter, president of Fork Broadcasting. Mike is retiring from Fork Broadcasting. He also is a recent brand new grandfather as well, so we want to congratulate him on that as well. But Mike, for your years of service to our community and being a pillar of our community in broadcasting and local media, Judge, I believe you have a certificate. We're going to name you today a Pulaski County Colonel. And with that, you will have all sorts of privileges, none that you can actually use in a store or anything like that, but still. So if you'll head up here and Judge, you can make that presentation.
Congratulations on your retirement.
Well, thank you. Continue to work.
I know you're going to continue doing so.
Exactly. Thank you.
Hey, Mark, open it.
First item of business would be to approve the minutes from November 26th fiscal court meeting. If you've had a chance to look over those, they're in front of you. Take a moment to review those, see if there's any changes or additions to those?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson to approve.
Second.
Second by Mr. Strunk. Any comments, questions about anything else, sir? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Now moving to new business, our first item would be to hire an emergency management director. After extensive interviews, I put together a committee for interviewing our applicants. We had several applicants that applied, 10 in total. We had 8 interviews, or we interviewed at least 8 people, and some of them more than one interview. And we had one person that really rose to the top. We asked a lot of questions of him, and he's bringing in new ideas, a new face to the community. And I would like to introduce to you Mr. Christopher Mason is the name. I'll give you a brief summary of what we're looking at, what we looked at in him. He's retired from Air Force, over 23 years, I believe, in the Air Force. Was retired as a first sergeant. He has emergency management missions overseas, overseeing chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosives, managing a 10-person unit with $18 million in assets. Been deployed 4 times, I think he said. But he had a role in creating and implementing emergency plans and operations for units during and after 911. He's received over 21 awards and commendations. He has a Bachelor of Applied Sciences, or Applied Studies, Emergency Services Management, Homeland Defense. We just thought he was really top-notch. He completed a hazmat technician. He's completed over 19 Emergency Management Institute courses, and lots of qualifications. And we would like to put him to work in the county, as we realize we're sort of behind, we feel like, in our emergency preparedness for an event, whether it be an ice storm, snowstorm, or tornado, or bomb threats, anything else. We feel like we're a little bit behind, and we've got a lot of work to do to get it to that point. So I want to ask Chris to come up and present himself a little bit. So most people do not know him. He's lived here all his life, I think, or nearly all his life.
25 years, Judge.
25 years in the county. So he is one of us, and he has a lot of ideas that I think can improve our response to a major emergency. Go ahead, Chris.
Thank you, Judge. Magistrates, thank you for this time this morning to address you. I have a few brief comments, kind of give you a sense of where I'm coming from and where I hope to take us. As the judge said, I've been in this county for a little over a quarter century. I was not here on April the 3rd, 1974, but I suspect more than a few of you people here were. And if that date doesn't ring a bell, that was the night that the tornadoes ripped through Pulaski County and did a heck of a lot of damage. And that probably is the most significant emergency management event that occurred in most Pulaski Countyans' living memory. But it's not the only one. We had tornadoes in Ferguson as recently as 2013. We had an ice storm event in 2021. And we had severe weather as recently as August of this past year. My mission, OEM's mission, is to respond to these events. But I can't do it alone. And I am absolutely 100% going to need your help. My thoughts and my visions are pretty simple in this. We need to plan better, we need to train better, and we need better funding. It's literally that simple. Okay. The citizens of Pulaski County deserve, and they should demand, the absolute best from everybody that's sitting in this chamber. I think we owe that to them. And having lived here for the vast majority of my adult life, I agree. These things have to occur. They cannot occur in a vacuum. There has to be change. What I'm looking at right now and what I've had time to review in the last 24 to 48 hours indicates to me that We have the capability to respond better, but it's not going to happen without a collective team effort. And so I'm going to come to each and every one of you, my fellow magistrates, my fellow directors, anybody else that's here. I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say, these are my thoughts, these are my ideas, and I'm going to ask for and I'm going to solicit your input. This is not going to occur inside the Office of OEM with no input. It can't. It's simply not possible for that to happen. This is going to be an opportunity for everybody and anybody that has an interest in the citizens of Pulaski County to come forth with ideas and say, I think we need to do this. I believe we can do this better. I believe that we have an opportunity to change the perception of how Pulaski County is run. That is my goal. Why am I here? I was on my way out of the Air Force, folks. I had been in 22 years, and I was ready to retire. I had had enough. Judge was a little short on that, 8 deployments.
Well, that's,
The wife,
we're close.
my wife, Bobby Jo, who's also a lifelong resident of Pulaski County, said, I don't know. Is it time to go? And I said, I'm not sure. Let me think about that a little bit. And the command chief, master sergeant of the Air Force, of the wing came to me and said, Chris, I need a favor. Well, when the chief, the senior enlisted advisor of the entire wing, comes up to you and says he needs a favor, you got to listen to that individual. I said, Chief, what do you need? He said, I need a first sergeant. I said, nah, Chief, that's a young man's game. You want somebody 15, 16 years in. You don't want some old 24, 25-year-old veteran. Yeah, you don't want that. He said, no. He said, I do. He said, you have done well by the Air Force these last 20-some years. It's time for you to give back. I need you to give back. I said, okay. He convinced me to go to a first sergeant's meeting, and by the end of that meeting, I knew what I wanted to do. And I spent the next 6 years and another deployment overseas as a unit first sergeant. That was my way of giving back to my parents' service. And after 32 years, I finally hung it up. And I came home. I will close with a quote from JFK, and most of you know it. Ask not what you can do for your country, or ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. That's what's going to drive me, folks. What can I do for my county? How can I help? I will not be able to do it alone. I will come and see each and every one of you individually. I will ask for your help. And ladies and gentlemen, I need it. My office door is always going to be open. I'll have a phone. If you have a thought, an idea, process you want to talk about, come see me. Let's talk about it. Let's not make these decisions in a vacuum with just one person saying we're going to do this. Let's make this a community effort. That concludes my statement.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris?
Now I'll ask for a motion to hire him as Emergency Management Director.
Motion.
Second.
I'll take Mr. Strunk as a motion and Mr. Ranshaw as a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Welcome to the team.
Starting date be tomorrow? or-
Tomorrow, yes. He is anxious to go. We've discussed that. He's done his paperwork with our HR, and we're ready to move.
I'd also like to thank Benji for helping us on this, and Miss Beverly for, we spent many hours in your office
We had a
going
good
through
committee,
this, and they've done a
comprised
lot of work.
several different departments,
Thank
and
you,
it
Benji.
worked well.
Thank you, Beverly.
Next item would be, we're moving to department reports. Fleet maintenance, Brian?
Good morning, y'all.
Morning.
I'd like to ask permission to hire Freddie Hignite as temporary full-time position for 1 year.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wheeldon. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Turpin. Brian, you want to ask or tell us what his position would be, starting out at least?
He's going to be a mechanic for the road department.
Okay. I have a motion and a second on the floor. Any other discussion on this hire? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Next will be our road department, Mr. Wayne.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to ask for 3,000 ton of rock.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson,
Second.
second by Mr. Renshaw. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And like to ask for the road list.
Everybody has a road list in front of them. Had time to look at it. Ask for a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Renshaw,
Second.
second by Mr. Wheeldon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Wayne. Do I have other business?
Finance.
I'm gonna go ahead and get
okay.
yours in
Or do
first.
you want to do mine first?
Yes.
Okay, in front of you is a letter from New Life Church in Ferguson. They've been doing the emergency warming center for years. And last year, we took on supporting them since they are open to anybody in the county that needs it can go there. We sponsored them last year, and things worked out last year great. So they're asking for our support again this year, and I believe since they do provide a service to every county residents if needed, that we should go ahead and support them. The letter for the record reads, "We here at New Life are requesting your financial assistance to help during the month of December 2024 and through the entire winter season for the operation of the Emergency Warming Center. Your donation in the amount of $1,000 per month will help cover volunteers and expenses related to providing an overnight emergency shelter for residents of Pulaski County when temperatures are 32 degrees or below. Thank you for helping us support Pulaski County residents in this time of need. Should you have any questions or concern, please contact me," and signed Nicole Walden and her cell phone number. So I'd like to make a motion that we provide, it's in our budget already. We have a line item for emergency operations centers. And so I would like to make a motion that we approve helping them out again this year.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this?
As I recall, last year, which was the first year the court had done this, we had an agreement of some sort. I'll have to go back and look at that unless you've,
Yeah, that's what the letter is about.
yeah. But they have to, the court may have to approve that agreement, or if you want to just approve it in the same form it was in last year.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'll go back and pull that out.
Can we go ahead with the motion?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions or comments on this motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Do you have a second motion on that? I've already talked to Chris about it. Since they've already started utilizing the emergency warming center, that we go ahead and approve the first $1,000 for December.
Have a motion to approve the first $1,000 installment on the warming center. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wheeldon. All in favor, say aye.
No.
Any opposed? And that motion carries also. Now, Ms. Chris, I'll give you the treasurer's report.
All right. I'm looking for approval for the November treasurer's monthly settlement.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranshaw to
Second.
second by Mr. Turpin. Any discussion on that? Monthly settlement? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion carries.
And then also, I think everybody's got a copy of the bill list in front of them. I need approval for that as well.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Ranshaw. Do I have a second on the bill list?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wheeldon. Any discussion on the bill list? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And then last but not least, the November bank reconciliations.
Need a motion on bank recs.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Renshaw. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wilson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries. I need one more piece of action on, since we're canceling the Christmas Eve fiscal court meeting, I need a motion to officially cancel that, I think.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson to cancel the second meeting of this month due to Christmas holiday. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Renshaw. All in favor of canceling that meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. We will not be having the second meeting of this month because it is on Christmas Eve day, and actually, the courthouse is closed that day. So we will not have that. I'm going to ask for citizens' comments next. Does anyone have a citizen's comment that's here that would like to speak on an item? I'm going to ask to go in executive session. Seeing none, I'm going to ask to go in executive session once again for just a few minutes to discuss personnel briefly and then discuss land acquisition, and then we will be back out shortly. I need a motion to go in executive session.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson and a second by Mr. Wheeler. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We'll be in executive session in a few moments, and then we'll be back out. You're welcome. Need a motion to come out of executive session.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wheeler, a second by Mr. Turpin. All in favor of coming out of executive session, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're out of executive session now. There was no action taken back there, just discussion. I'm going to make a motion. We asked for permission to buy a piece of property at last meeting, and we did buy that, so I have to have an approval on the purchase of a house in front of the road garage.
Do we know the address of that property?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just so we can put it in the minutes.
Okay.
Let me look here real quick, see if I can find it.
Make a motion, we buy the property with the help of the 109 board.
Mr. Strong makes a motion and Mr. Wilson seconds. The sale went through on Friday, and we had put a price in, and we did buy it for $67,100. And it is bought jointly with the 109 waste board, solid waste board, so just wanted to get that in. We have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That approval stands as read. Do we have any other business to come before the court? All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Let's make a motion. Somebody make that. Motion by Mr. Weldon. Second? Second by Mr. Renshaw to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you very much.